The building is on fire. Alarms scream. People run in every direction. Smoke fills the air. Your heart races. Your hands shake. But there's one person moving through the chaos with perfect calm. Not frozen. Not panicking. Moving with absolute clarity and purpose. That person just saved 3 lives while everyone else was paralyzed by fear. In 17th century Japan, they called this state Fudo Myo-O, the immovable mind. Miyamoto Musashi mastered it so completely that he could face 10 armed men simultaneously, without a single moment of panic, not because he felt no fear, but because he trained his mind to remain unmoved by chaos. And in the next 8 minutes, you're going to learn the exact technique that creates this unshakable composure, whether you're facing a business crisis, family emergency, or any moment when everyone around you is losing control. Welcome to Japanese Secrets, where ancient samurai wisdom meets modern life. Before we begin, comment below which city you're watching from and what you think about this video. Now, this technique isn't about suppressing emotion or pretending fear doesn't exist. It's something far more powerful that took Musashi decades to perfect. Fudo Myo-O is a Buddhist deity whose name translates to the immovable wisdom king. He stands surrounded by flames, wielding a sword, his face fierce with determination. But despite the chaos around him, his body never moves. His mind never wavers. Musashi was so devoted to this principle that he carved a wooden statue of Fudo Myo-O with his own hands. Why? Because this deity represented everything Musashi believed about the warrior's mind. In Zen teachings, Fudo Myo-O symbolizes a mind that sees everything but is moved by nothing. Not indifference, not coldness, but a state of total clarity where external chaos cannot disturb internal stillness. Musashi described it this way: if 10 men, each with a sword, come at you with weapons brandishing, if you parry each sword without stopping the mind at each action, you will not lack for a proper action for each of the 10. Read that again. 10 attackers, 10 deadly weapons. And Musashi's instruction isn't about faster reflexes or better technique. It's about not stopping the mind. The moment your mind stops on one problem, you lose sight of the other 9. The moment you panic about one threat, you become blind to the rest. This is why most people fail under pressure, not because they lack skill, but because their mind stops. It freezes on one problem and cannot flow to the next. Fudo Myo-O teaches the opposite, a mind that flows like water, touching everything, stuck on nothing. Musashi didn't just philosophize about this, he lived it. In one famous incident, he faced multiple members of the Yoshioka clan simultaneously. Lesser warriors would have focused on defeating one opponent at a time. Musashi's mind never stopped on any single attacker. He moved through them like wind through trees, responding to each threat the instant it appeared, never dwelling, never hesitating. His sword teacher Tokuon Soho explained the principle this way: the mind must be as clear and devoid of attachment as a cold stream, reflecting the activities, intentions, and morals of the opponent. Notice the word reflecting. A mirror doesn't judge what it sees. It doesn't panic about ugly images or celebrate beautiful ones. It simply reflects everything with perfect clarity. That's the immovable mind. You see the chaos, you acknowledge the danger, but you don't let it move you from your center. Musashi also applied this to his art. When painting, his brush moved with the same immovable clarity as his sword. When writing calligraphy, each stroke reflected a mind that was present but not attached. He wrote, "What is called Fudo Myo-O concerns an immovable mind and an unshakable body. Not a rigid mind, not a tense body, but immovable in the sense that external circumstances cannot displace your internal stability, like a mountain that remains unmoved whether the weather is calm or storming." So how do you develop this immovable mind today? First, recognize when your mind stops versus flows. A stopped mind fixates on one problem, replaying it, catastrophizing, unable to move forward. A flowing mind acknowledges the problem, takes appropriate action, then moves to the next issue without carrying emotional weight. Before your next crisis, practice this awareness. Notice when you're stuck versus flowing. Second, train the flowing mind in everyday situations. When doing routine tasks, practice completing one thing and immediately moving to the next without mental pause. Respond to an email, send next email. Finish one task, flow to another. No judgment of how well you did. No celebration or criticism. Just flow. This builds the neural pathway that activates automatically under pressure. Third, create your physical anchor for returning to immovable state. Musashi used controlled breathing. 3 deep breaths signaled his nervous system to return to center. Find yours. Maybe touching thumb to forefinger. Maybe a specific breath pattern. Maybe a physical stance. Something that instantly tells your body, chaos outside, stillness inside. Fourth, practice the principle of one thing, complete presence. In crisis, people scatter their attention across 10 worries simultaneously. The immovable mind does the opposite. This moment, this action, complete presence, then flow to next. In a business crisis, address the most urgent issue with total focus, complete that action, then flow to the next without carrying residual panic from the first. Fifth, develop what Musashi called everyday mind. He treated ordinary moments with the same clear awareness as life or death duels. Walk to your car with presence. Make breakfast with clarity. When clear awareness becomes your default state, pressure doesn't disrupt you because you're already there. You don't have to get calm in crisis because you never left calm to begin with. Miyamoto Musashi died undefeated, having faced 60 life or death duels without losing once. But his greatest victory wasn't over opponents, it was over his own reactive mind. He trained himself to remain immovable while everything around him moved. You can do the same. The flames can surround you, the alarms can scream, people can panic, but your mind remains like Fudo Myo-O, seeing everything moved by nothing, responding with perfect clarity to each moment as it arrives. That's not superhuman ability, that's trained skill. The ancient warriors knew this. Now you know it too. Comment below what situation you'll apply this immovable mind to first. And if you want more authentic samurai wisdom for navigating modern chaos, subscribe to Japanese Secrets. The ancient masters are still teaching.